upside down. But before I mention that, so I'm in Staples, right? I'm there. There's a young modern, this is a testament of the modern Europeans are going to tell the truth. Let me tell you, and this is what I was saying, says that you will experience these things on your own. If you have no knowledge, it will go over your head. It really will. But if you do have knowledge, what happens is the universe, you know, we get weary sometimes, don't we? We're like, wow, this is, oh man, the people, because we realize one thing, it is not the modern European or what you call a white man that is really your problem. It is our own people that is our problem. The problem is with the people, period, and you're included in that. So find where you are in it. So that's the falsehood, you know, that's strangely mixed with truth. But so I'm there and I'm at the checkout, and it's a young modern European, and I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with the government reset. And this guy, he says, well, it's only just proof that the government is the people, it's not those companies. This is what a young modern European son said, right? I was like, wow, you know, like, okay, I got what he said. And so that's what, initiated our conversation. And then he said this, and I want you all to listen very carefully. This is going to help you understand why you must declare your nationality. Even a young modern European knows this, and I ain't have to say it, he did. He said to me, he said, you know, they say that the Native Americans, he didn't say Indians, because the Native Americans are really Moors, even though they've taken that word and they've, cloaked it and attached it to the Indians, American Indians, that they branded Moors as Indians, all right? So if you don't know that, you can't cipher through the conversation. You just cannot. But this guy knew that, and he's a modern European. So he said they say that the Native Americans lost their land. This is how it started, because he knew that one of the first things on the government, unless he must have read the same article we did, was that they were no longer able to make passports. And I said, well, they're the immigrants anyway. And he says, I know. And he's a modern European. He says, I know. He says, I know. I said, so they shouldn't be making the passports for people anyway, because they're the ones who are immigrants. Listen, people, the modern Europeans are aware, just as you are becoming aware or are aware that you're not Negro-colored blacks, which are brand. In 1774, they were branded upon you. They know as well that they are not, that they are the immigrants. Trust me, they know it. So this is what he says to me. He says, yeah, well, they say that the Native Americans lost their land because they lost the war. Well, we can go through the wars and figure that one out. But he says, but as long as, this is what he said. Listen real careful. But as long as there's any descendant at all, he said, because he studies history. This is what his interest is. He says, as long as there's any descendants at all that are living, that can't happen. Do you hear what he just said? That's why you have to claim who you are as lineal descendants. You can't claim that being Negro, colored, and black. That's what this is all about, to gain back your heritage. Is in chapter 1 of the Circle 7, Holy Quran, in a conflict that can't be told in words. So he said, but as long as there's descendants, then that can't happen. This is why they coined you Negro, colored, and black, so that you would be undefendable, incompetent to claim your inheritance. He just bottled up, and just that sentence he just said, everything about why you're doing claiming your national status in one sentence. He bottled it up. So that's a fact. So that's why you were branded these things, so that you wouldn't claim it and make it claim it. So what he's saying is that, whether they won a war or not, doesn't mean it. If you come into someone's house and you beat them up, don't mean that you own their stuff, But saying that, it was most interesting. Now, another modern European, not just one now, was behind me in the line. Young, these are young. This is the youth, all right? The younger. I have on a ring that was handmade, and y'all have all probably seen mine or seen others, and it's made of copper and silver. It's the pyramid, and it has an Ankh on it. And so modern Europeans. I felt like, damn, I'm being attacked by modern Europeans in knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, there's one at the counter and then there's one behind me, and they're all attracted to the truth and the energy. And he says, oh, I really like that ring. I said, yeah, that's the pyramid, and that's the Ankh. That's the original cross, the woman's womb. And they knew that. Listen, people, they knew that. That's why they were attracted to it. And if you ever watch Sleepy Hollow, the movie called Sleepy Hollow, where they show you how they, falsified people were concealed and clean deeds and stuff and tax people's land, the guy that came to investigate these heads being cut off, right? Hessian, the spirit of the Hessian, which is a Moor, by the way, on a horse that comes up and, cuts people's heads off. He pulls out of his breast pocket, not a cross, because that was back in that movie is based in the 1700s. He pulls out of his breast, not a cross. Look carefully. It's a Ankh. And this is the modern European. All right? So now, so the one behind me is admiring the Ankh in the pyramid, wanted to know what it was made of. I said, no, this is actual copper and silver. So we're getting this type of, play now where it is becoming commonplace regarding nationality and national principles. That's why I said it's not just on the front burner. It's on the side burners and the back burners. All right? Now, Dave was with me, and he opens up his, of course, phone and gives the guy the definition of the two Americans. Guess what? He already knew. He had never really seen that particular definition, but he already knew. So, look, you got to wake up. Now, that's what happened to me in Staples. That was very similar to years and years and years ago when I first came into this, and I went to have repairs on my automobile. And, my first time exercising no tax, when they told me on the phone it cost X amount, they didn't add the tax until I got there. And I said, no, I'm not paying the state sales tax. And then they said, well, give me the tax number. And I gave them my national ID, which had the AA222141 on it. And then he said to me, wow, I didn't think there were any more Moors left. And that led into another conversation. So I'm telling you, it's very real. Get with it. Stop trying to involve yourself in the human trafficking fraud regarding birth certificates and things like that. That's not the way. Now, just be yourself. Be yourself.